Now we had people watching, somebody watching already. But anyway, here we go, man. Y'all see, I got a guest on here, bro. You got my boy Cole, Bay CBO for sure,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Definitely met content, man. You got some real good content. Be saying some real good talk over there, guys. Definitely go over there and check him out, man. So I just wanted to know like what really started you off with the body game? What showed you that women were really attracted to the body game? Like what example?
I've
What was your
said this
first
many. I say this many times. Like I've been working out for a long time, but I used
experience?
to wear like a lot of baggy clothes, so I never got like the full effect of it. But then
Mm-hmm.
once I started wearing like medium, more like wife beaters and stuff like that, that's when the attention started to change a lot more. Especially with like older women, it's like they'd be choosing on me. You know, but yeah, I started
Yeah,
working out at like 12. Cause my dad always worked out, so I was early.
yeah, I remember hearing that story. That's a good age to start off. You started like
Yeah,
whippersnapper, yeah.
built
Like
up that
seeing that.
strong foundation.
Hell yeah.
What about
So
you?
we got. To be honest, when I was like in high school, it happened for me when I was in a band and I was in RTC. We had to do something we call physical training PT. We usually was for punishment. So I was kind of like forced into the body game by for punishment.
Mm,
So whenever we got in trouble and stuff, we had to do push-ups and go running and stuff. I used to hate that shit. I used to hate
right.
it. Like so in ROTC it was punishment, but in the band I was like, okay, we starting to get to do this. And then I noticed that I wanted to be the drum major. The drum major is the leader of the band. So I ended up starting to love doing it. I started doing it on my own back at the house and stuff. And I needed to be in physical condition. I'm like, how the hell I'm gonna tell somebody what to do if I can't even perform these exercises myself? So I'm looking at the other drum major. Okay, I'm trying to emulate what they doing. So
Mhm.
how the hell I'm gonna tell you to drop and do 25, but I can't even do 10? You hear me? So I
Yeah.
couldn't be on. So it started with that. And then eventually I just started filling out. Like I started playing baseball. I wore my baseball uniform shirt one time. It kind of huggy. My damn
Yeah.
chest. And I wore a thermal shirt for the first time. I was like, they were like, "Hey, you slimming down," because I was kind of a bigger guy. They were like, "You slimming down." The girls started saying stuff. So I was like, okay, now so this what's going on. That's all I had to do was wear something tight because I was wearing like baggy, messed up kind of clothes too. I wasn't really like a I was one of those guys that wasn't really wearing the name brands like that. One, I couldn't afford it like that either. But in school uniforms and stuff, I looked good because it hugged my sleeves and all that. So
Yeah.
that was my first experience, like seeing it. So, but that was awesome, bro. But I just wanted to be like, okay, we got some people on here right quick. Life. Oh, I watched this guy video before. He really cool, definitely, bro.
Appreciate it.
Black Panther. Yo, Black Panther. Shout out to you, my guy Cole and Noto. This gonna be a good one. Oh, you know it. Everyone like up the live stream for sure.
So you still
For
don't really mess with the name brand stuff, hey?
from time to time, I put like this. Need to wear it.
Right.
I didn't really need to wear it. I wore the gas station shirts. I noticed that when I wore a tight enough gas station shirt or a gas station tank top, most of the guys that was dripped down in designer,
Right. Right.
designer brand.
Exactly.
Oh, bro, I was like, bro, this can't be real. I'm thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna be off in the corner and ain't nothing finna happen for me. I'm just gonna chill. And shit was happening. They bringing me drinks that these guys and bought. That's what it really took me to another like plane. I'm like, bro, she really did this shit in front of me. And that's when I used to do. I used to have my little routine. I used to go in there with my shirt on, right, and then later on, because I never like to show up at the door, the security, with my tank top on. So I didn't want to be that. You know,
Yeah.
you
You doing
dress
too
code
much
look.
then, yeah.
I want to go in there, stand for a little bit like I'm chilling, and then take my shirt off and then come and duck me, then be around. So after all that happened, it was always a change in dynamic. As soon as this shirt came off, it was like clockwork, which it was night and day. So it was crazy. Like I know for a fact that women find the body game just extremely attractive. Just from that night and day appearance right there. Like, as soon as they seen the more skin, as soon as they seen the muscle, all of a sudden the hands was touchy, and all of a sudden you walking by and groping. Like it's just everything just changed. So it's just and I didn't even notice. This is before I even knew it was called the body game.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just doing it.
Yeah.
I knew I had muscle, and every time I took off my shirt, this is what happened.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Cause I wasn't even aware of body game till like maybe what 2 years ago. That's the first time. The first video I seen was your video, and I heard Rom because I believe it was Stephen Cole talked about him one time. So
Mm,
that's the first time I seen him, but I never heard like the whole body game thing.
mm,
It's like I was
yeah,
really practicing it without even knowing what it was called. Then I see like old photos of my dad too. My dad was in like the short shorts, his shirt off all the time, so it run in the family really, you feel me?
yeah. It definitely that's something else. I like one of the things you be saying, that the physique turn her into a freak.
Yeah. Hey, it just came up in my head, man.
That is for sure. Physique definitely turned them into a freak. You
Hey,
got any that, bro? Like a little something you wanted to share on that?
um, I don't know. Like I said, that just came up in my head one time. I was just talking on camera, just going off the dome. Cause like,
No.
sometimes I try to write a couple points down, but like especially early on, like I was just going off the dome. I'm on like
Mm.
my lunch break at work, you know, cause I done got like some hate from people like, oh, your channel not growing like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm doing this on my lunch break. Like I haven't put as much time and energy in it as I should be doing. But yeah, I'd
Yeah, they
say
don't know to it.
you
That's
said
what it
what?
is. They don't know what go into it.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
Cause you gotta put a lot of time into it if you really wanna make something out
mhm.
of it. You know, it's a lot more work than people think it is, you know?
Yeah, jump their ass on here saying, "Oh, I can make a YouTube channel. Let me see something." Oh,
Yeah,
he keep
yeah.
their ass on here for 1 or 2 weeks and they ass quit. They can't handle this.
Right.
They can't be in the streets, man. They can't handle
But I'd say
that.
the first time when like a girl was like just she damn near made me uncomfortable. I was working at Chick-fil-A. This was probably 3 or 4 years ago. I was working at Chick-fil-A. And they had found my Instagram. After they found my Instagram, they just started treating me completely different. They coming
Mm.
up to me and they're whispering in me in my ear. Like I'm wrapping a breakfast burrito. She's like, Cole, you got girth like that? I'm like, whoa. Yeah, like I had a
That's
lady. No,
the word.
no bullshit, bro. There was a lady in there probably 45 years old. She tried to pay me to hook up with her.
Mm.
And that's when I was like, nah, these girls on some other stuff. Especially
Oh
them
yeah,
them them
I
mothers,
know.
you know?
Mhm. Yeah, they willing to spend that buck on you, and they willing to trick out, especially them older. Ashamed to do it either. They ain't ashamed to do it. But sometimes it come in a different form. Sometimes they won't come direct. For me, they'll be like, "Oh, you want something from the store?"
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
They try to ease it
oh,
on you.
yeah, they sneak it up on you. So it sound innocent, but once you get up in there, that's when they move in on you. You notice nobody in the house. They little grandkids ain't over there or something.
Right.
So definitely been in those situations, bro. It's just like, what do you have to say to guys that don't believe in the body game and they feel like it's just everything we talk about is just coke and that what we talking about is just some bullshit.
I think a lot of guys, they just coping. They don't really want to put in the work. That's what I think it comes down to. And I think a lot of times it's because we listen. I've been watching your videos lately, and you do like a lot of take a clip from a woman talking, and then you kind of break it down. I like those videos. And a lot of times we're like, oh, we can't listen to what the woman says. A lot of times she will tell you the truth, but sometimes you got to
Mm.
read in between the lines. And
That's why that's why I
yeah,
do it. They
yeah,
take
yeah. And the
way
last,
from
oh, go
right.
ahead.
No, I'm saying they take like one little thing and take it way out of context, and then
Right.
everybody else be like, "Oh, everything she's saying is BS." No, you don't. You got to get in a situation to deal with it and have that experience. So that's what it'd be like.
Yeah, but the last two girls I talked to, and this was recently, they both said the same thing. Like I asked them what their preference is, and it's like when they talked about a guy being in shape, they're like, "Oh, I feel bad for saying this," and I'm like, "Why do you feel bad?" And it's because society kind of shames them for like judging a man by his shape. Like a woman will say, "Oh, I won't date a guy below 5'8" and not feel bad about it, but she'll feel bad
Mm.
about saying, "Oh, I don't want a fat guy." And I found that odd, but that's just kind of they just been programmed by society to, you know, this is okay and this isn't okay. And I just
Because
find it
of
crazy because they said the same exact thing. They were both like, "Oh, I feel bad for saying this." I'm like, "You just said you want to date a guy under 5'10", but you don't feel bad for that." They're like, "No, that's different." And even a lot of times they say that they still date a guy under 5'10". They just, They just
That's
prefer it.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
They gotta hide it because there's so many guys shaming them. It's they it's getting to the point where now being healthy is being now all of a sudden you're doing now you're bragging. So now you got to try to dumb yourself down. The people that's living the way we're supposed to live, we have to dumb ourselves down to fit into society's norm in order to not make people feel bad. So that's why they always be like, oh, that's why I feel bad about saying this or. And that's the same reason why women don't say their sexual true nature out on,
Yeah.
you know, platforms like that. Now, some of them they just don't really care because they got their situation secured. But for the ones that's trying to keep the orbiters around and trying to keep they little strings attached and keep their head in the swivel, I mean, keep they men wrapped around their finger, the ones that they playing, don't act like, oh, this is what a real man do. You supposed to take care of my bills and transactions and that. I didn't see them act like I didn't see chicks like sit right next to me and play a dude while she was sitting here with me.
Yeah.
She's like, forget when this woman said it was this dancer I was hanging out with. She a dancer, one of the baddest dancers I've ever seen, like in a strip club type deal. This was when I was like bouncing. I used to hang out with her. I see guys throw like thousands of dollars on her. I was like, but she want to hang out with me for free, and she buying me like Jamaican Jeep beef, what that shit was called, jerk chicken. And we was eating jerk chicken and shit. We sitting up in the car. Hell, we going to the grocery store. Get in my wants. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, that's what they be doing with this shit. So she went in there, took the purse full of ones, and got all that stuff out. And then she came back into the car and she was texting. I was like, so what's going on with old dude? She was like, go hang out with somebody for $400 for an hour, and I'm gonna come back and get you. I was like, what? He just want he didn't smash.
Yeah.
Guarantee he did not smash at all. I know she have people that want to hang out with her like a companionship type deal, but I'm hanging out with her for free, smashing up for free. But she charging this man $400 just to hang out, and I know for a fact she didn't smash because if she smashed, she would tell me that she's. We up to that point that I didn't give a damn.
Right.
I ain't with this chick. I'm just hanging out. I just work with you. You see what I'm saying? So I don't be like, oh, I'm trying to talk to her. Like if I wasn't the type that was like trying to talk to her and I wasn't seen as a customer. See, that's how you talk to dancers. You get inside the club and you be a part of the family. You can't come in the club and be like, oh, I'm trying to talk to her and stuff. No, you're gonna be seen as a customer.
Hmm.
It's hard to get in there. So I was trying to tell guys about that as well, but they ain't want to understand that. But the point I was getting to is like she seen me, she seen me in the tank tops and she started complimenting to play me and say, like, can you get the ones? I was like, no, don't ever do that shit. Don't ever pick up a girl's ones. Shit test thing.
Yep.
Make them guys do that shit. But anyway, so it just escalated from being around type shit. It escalated. But there was a lot of other guys that was buff around me as well. So they gonna choose who they choose anyway. But at the same time, sometimes you just got to be that girl's cup of tea. So like it's just, it was just funny seeing the dynamic of a chick that having thousands of dollars thrown at her, chilling out and buying me stuff with the shit that they didn't
Right.
threw on her.
Right.
So that shit was just, it
And I
just blew my.
I think a lot of guys have a hard time believing stuff like that because they never been in that situation, you
Yeah,
know. So the
it,
only thing they going off of is YouTube videos. You know what I mean? And
right.
it's like, and that's why I encourage guys to like get out, like don't be waiting to. And I don't know if you seen my video, but I like reacted to Top Tier Man. I don't know if you familiar with him.
I was gonna ask you about that because that
Yeah, I seen a
that
comment.
on balls to the wall, and not dating for a long time just to get on your grind and shit. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And because like a lot of times dudes put it off way too long, and then it's like you old and you don't have any experience. So now you
Mm,
awkward, and the woman's gonna judge you a lot more when you older. You know, if you 18 and you awkward, a whole bunch of 18-year-olds are awkward. But if you
mm,
38, now she really looking at you sideways, you know?
for
And
sure.
you can learn a lot from YouTube, but the best teacher is going through it, you know?
Yeah, that's what I be trying to tell. Like every time I say something, I be everything everything that we talking about, you can go out. Okay, we just saying and buy all this stuff just to find something out and go into all these different courses and inner circles and all this other shit. Like some
Yeah.
you can go right outside and try this shit for. Easiest example: wear a baggy shirt one day and then wear a tank. You would be like, okay.
Mhm.
Look, that stuff you can walk outside and see right away. Baggy shirt one day and then if in or all in the same day. Walk around the store, shirt off, and then walk around. I bet it'll be a difference. But let it be a place where there's a whole bunch of women and it's bustling. Just look at it like that. It could be small stuff like that. But it's just the guys, a lot of guys really don't really get outside, to be honest. A lot of
Yeah,
guys sit here, watch our videos, take their after work, maybe go to the gym, don't socialize with nobody, go right back to the house, and then
yeah.
that's their whole work. And then be like, oh, I ain't getting no women, I ain't getting nobody talking to me, no chilling sales.
It's like you
Well, let
ain't
me
put
see.
yourself in position,
That's what I'm saying.
you
I
know?
be bro, it was killing me at first by doing that. Let me see. Life. Noto, you definitely came a long way. I seen your past videos to now. You look way different from life for sure. Appreciate that, man. It's that's crazy. I would be looking back on them. Anthony Burwell. When I started on Body Game, lust went up. I mean, I always had one. And Black Panther, super rich to get women, which is cap. I'm broke and I'm trying to get everything together, and I still pull chicks. I like plenty of times. Definitely, I know. I already know how that is for sure. I didn't been in those type of situations with chicks. Being in their house, they offer me to drive the car and all that. They'll move me in there. I don't recommend doing that, but you have to. You got that's my whole point. I be wanting niggas to have the power. I want you to have the power to do that, but not have to be in that situation. Have your
Yeah,
own shit. Power to CJ, what's going on with you? So what's up, first cousin? Caught one of your lives, G. For sure, what's going on with you? True Prodigy in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I really mess with his content. You check him out too for sure.
you said True Prodigy?
He, yeah, that him in the comment section right there. Salute to the panel. Prodigy, yeah, he definitely doing a lot of like cold content. He's more of a like PUA type dude.
Oh, okay.
He bro, he be deep diving and stuff. You just watch his content sometimes. Actually went out and applied the advice that I needed help on, and I got great results. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what I definitely be watching Cole. Cole be Robbie. Like sometimes when I be playing my COD mobile, I listen to Cole going in for sure. I definitely watch his content for real. I
I
fuck with
appreciate it,
Cole.
man.
This way overdue for real. And like that last video, especially when he was talking about with top tier men and like 6 months of not doing nothing and the ball to the wall and no dating for the whole time, bro. They ain't gonna do nothing but give them social anxiety. You gonna have to start over again and get used to being in the environment around society again. It's almost like learning how to walk again. So you got to learn to talk again, communicate
Mhm.
again. I got the money, I got this and that, bro. You ain't gonna do nothing but drive yourself crazy. You just gotta have some balance. I say at first, do like the first 2 weeks without it, okay. And if you have like a real problem to the point where dealing with chicks really, really throw you off your game, then you just go accordingly to that. If you like really got that problem, maybe you do need to more. But I say like just doing it as if okay, saying that this is going to provide better results.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
the way.
think people just go to the extreme all the time. Like they either got to be talking to 20 women a day or they talking to nobody.
Yeah,
It's like I then the main thing was I was like I get like slowing down, taking a break because I have a lot of moments I might be seeing a girl, we might be like friends with benefits, and I just slow down. I might see her for a couple months and not even pursuing too many women outside of that because I'm working so much. But I'm not like avoiding all women by all costs. Like I think that's just bad
yeah,
advice. You know, and I feel like a lot
that,
of guys online, they try to overcomplicate this shit, bro.
that's
You
what it
know,
is because
oh, you
it
got to
what it
do
what.
this, you got to do that, and it's like, you know what I mean?
that's, that, you get to it. You'll get to the point for sure. You'll get to it. You definitely about to say what I was about to get into. Um, it's really just applause for them to make guys have to depend on their. Okay, dang, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have a course right here. You'll figure out everything you need in this course right here. I'm talking about they got a course about everything, bro. Like
Yeah,
growing. talking to. I'm like, bro, you don't need a course for that. The only thing you need to do is take your ass outside and practice. That's all that is. But you gotta understand, we talking to guys that don't get outside, guys that scared to really talk to women. They ain't gonna admit it though, but they're scared to talk to women. They have interactions. You damn near scared to talk to women at the damn cash register at Walmart. Who want for self
Hmm.
checkout? Talk to a damn cashier. So like, it's like a lot of guys are just boxed up. We got a bunch of comments. Um, how y'all feel about photo shoots? Oh, Cole got that on lock for sure.
Yeah, I'll
I
be
took.
getting some photo shoots.
I'm down with it. I'm definitely gonna do some more soon. So I definitely mess with professional photos are definitely the way.
Yeah, when it comes
Big
to
dog.
when it comes to like dating apps, yeah, it's definitely gonna get you a leg up.
Oh,
Cause
for
chicks
sure.
be thinking my account be fake and stuff. You know, I just showed
I
up on a date before. They like, man, I thought you was gonna throw me in the back of a van, and I'm like,
that. uh, big dog. No, no, I've been watching your vids for the past 3 months. I'm 18 years old and have been called cute, attractive, handsome, etc. by boys and girls. I feel you on that. I've even had a part about that is they don't care sometimes. Like these guys be like, oh, all you do is tell them you ain't interested in, bro. It don't be that simple, bro. Especially in the South, it's definitely just
yeah,
not that. They got a slap there. Just like it's disrespectful. Period. If you trying to talk to anybody that don't want to talk to you, and so regardless of his LGBTQ or what all that, it's still rude to try to talk to somebody. So if I was trying to talk to a girl and she didn't want to talk to me, and I keep pushing the issue, that's still rude too.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. They
I
be
ain't trying.
aggressive as hell.
Definitely, bro. Oh my god, that's the experience I've had for sure.
Did you got
Definitely.
a story time about that, man?
Oh man.
He said he got a couple. Shit, I got a couple too, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, okay, I was in the cafeteria at one of my last job sites, and I was walking in. There was like a lot of new people that was coming around. So we at this particular property, we was staying, and we staying there for a period of time. So we eat there 3 times a day, and we always be in the cafeteria. So when everybody congregates, I was coming around. All I seen this guy just kept like staring at me and smiling. Days they'll come around like when I'm trying to fix my food, they keep trying to come close, trying to speak to me. I'm like, I what's up, but keep you. It's hard to try to do that because one, you at your job, you still have to hold up to the company, and you don't want to start because the last thing you want to do is start a problem and then have all of them coming at you. Because this wasn't like a place where I just come and see them and just go home. This was a place that we stayed house and we stayed there.
Oh, okay.
So on top of that, like you don't want them just coming at you and then
Hmm.
all that. So I had to tread carefully in this position. I had to find a way to make them know, okay, I'm not on that. And it was getting to the point where the girls were starting to think that I was because they were checking me out. They were like, oh, oh no, no, I ain't like that.
Hmm.
Whole court session in there to clear my whole name, but after a while they got the message. But it's to the point where the stares were still going on. All that was still like it was just creepy. It's really how I feel when a girl used to tell me that, oh, these guys are creepy. See, he keeps looking at me. I'm like, I never knew what that felt like until you
Yeah,
guys started.
yeah. You get that
Oh,
feeling once once the dude try to
whoo,
get at you, you really start seeing what they talking about.
these guys like this what they be going through. Oh, like, bro, how many times? Like, so I see what women be talking about when they be like, guys is like, this won't leave them alone. And so I be like, damn, all you gotta, and we'll say, all you gotta do is just, hey, just say it ain't that easy. You see what I
Hmm.
mean? And
He
those
ain't
guys
taking
be
no
going
for an
real hard.
answer. Yeah.
Oh, oh, they don't. And even if you tell them no, they still be sneaky with it. So it's shit, man. Yes, there's some crazy shit. I just unblocked the chick. Let me see. Damn. I'm confused about girls. Davy M. Facts. And I wanted a girlfriend since I was about 14 to 15. Oh, wow. I just unblocked the chick, haven't spoke for months, and she ready to be on the phone and all. Hmm. Okay. Might be interesting. But I only like 8 to 10, and I've had girls who are 8 and over and who like me. Average looking ones, but I've been unlucky. Get to the point. Type. I need advice on approaching girls. Dang, I'll be bullshitting. To be honest, the advice on approaching the girls is just to approach girls. You just only just gonna get better by just doing it more and more. this is
Yeah.
that's really the thing I can tell you. I ain't gonna be telling you the way lines, how to go at it. Like the
That's what I
more
said. Like
experiences,
people overcomplicate it, and
right?
like everybody gonna have their own style with doing stuff too. You
That's
know.
exactly what it is. Because that's why I be like, I'm not gonna sit there and do my approach because my approach ain't gonna just work for everybody. It'll work just for me. Sometimes you gotta see how's the woman looking at you. How's the woman's body language around you? Is she checking you out? Is she smiling at you? Is she feeling some type of way? Like is she looking at you in a sexual manner? That
Right.
conversation can go a moment you start. So the conversations began before you even walk up. That's what
Cause
other
like they
times.
say, it's not even about what you say; it's about how you say it, really. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because two different
you
things
got
that
the best pickup line. You got the best pickup line. If you weird with it, it
right.
don't matter. You know. So
But if you found it sexually attractive to her, it'll come off as the best thing she probably ever
you're
heard.
right, right, right. That's the main thing, man. You start to realize
Right.
when you get on body game and you in shape, you start to realize you get away with stuff. If another dude would have did that, he was a weirdo. You know.
Oh yeah, facts. Oh yeah, facts.
I
you
just
don't
I
have
done
that
seen
same.
that many times.
But guys still think you don't need to do it. You know what I mean? They think it's bull. I thought I would never see. Yeah, for sure. This long overdue for real. Anyway, it's definitely long overdue. Big dog, because I've only approached three in my whole life. Three, bro. You got to get out, bro. Like real, real spill. You definitely just got to get out. Another that had a best friend sabotage me. That's what you're gonna really need to do, big dog. You're gonna have to get out. You gotta have more interactions. Breaking females could tell you not approaching outside. Um, maybe you can rephrase that, Davey. Bro, you think females could tell you not? I don't know if you mean like, do you think they can tell that you got experience or not? But I'm not sure. I got all my smashes online. Never really cold approached you. I never had to, but me and the homies been going to the mall as kids, talking to older girls. I feel you on that. If you got a good online presence, you got a good online game going, you ain't gonna really have to. You, I was doing that for a little while too, and I wasn't
Yeah.
really going out. So
Yeah, because when you get super busy, online is a lot of times easier. If I'm being real
yeah,
about it, but I would say like I feel like you should do a little bit of everything. You know,
yeah.
because even like these dating apps, I realize like they keep putting the price up. So if you want to pay for it, the price keeps going up. There's a whole bunch of like bots and OnlyFans girls on there now. You can still
I
find
remember.
something on there, but
I remember when all that was free. Tag, POL,
yeah,
man, that shit was hitting. All that shit was hitting. Now they want you to pay for just to see who checked you out.
you're
And
right. Who liked you? You got to pay for all that. And it's like they charging by the week now. It used to be that a month. Now they
yeah,
charging it a week. I'm like, what is this?
like bro, like they really like because people like really want to find out who saw them, and they know how to get you too. They got me one time when I'm
Mhm.
like, man, I'm out of here.
Right.
I did quick grab for that 1 month, and I got off that shit.
Yeah. A lot of times I
I was
don't even be paying for them, but depending where you
yeah,
at, it's gonna be tough if you don't pay sometimes. You know.
yeah,
But
but
the
like
thing
if you
is,
like
like,
find those, I had to win in.
I remember when I used to have two roommates, we all were on Tinder, and they had a
Uh-huh.
different price than I had. So like, depending how many likes you get, they gonna charge you a different price. And once I seen
Damn.
that, I was like, damn. And the thing about it, like my roommates, let's say he's not in the gym, he's not as attractive, so he's not gonna get as many likes anyways. So they just trying to really rip him off and make him pay more because they know he's more desperate. You know?
Hmm. I remember
Yeah.
you
So
told me about. Well, you told me about it. Well, it felt like you told me about it when you said it in your video. But anyway, you was talking about your friend that turned on you over a chick type deal.
yeah, man.
Um, that the dude that was like I think it was a roommate situation because I definitely felt you on that roommate situation, dude. That is some that's just definitely something. Like if he, one thing too, staying with somebody that you cool with is never really a good idea, and I didn't figure that out now. It's just never good to stay with your homies. It's just never good.
Yeah, most time, yeah.
coons, but you stay together. It's best to fail one certain degree, whatever. Even if y'all are the bestest friends, it's just best to not be under the same roof. I didn't figure that out. Like it's best to come over and you leave and listen, but staying, it's always gonna be some type of dilemma. Like even with my own flesh and blood, my brothers and all that, we just can't stay together. It's
Yeah,
different when you,
sometimes you just gotta keep your distance with certain people. Cause
yeah,
that's when
because
you
like,
really gonna find out who somebody is when you live with them.
mm-hmm. You sound like how they really are, like how they really feel. You bring a girl in and they looking at you funny, and all of a sudden they want to know all the information. You ain't trying to say something. Start getting like that. And I be like, bro, you got yours. You
Yeah,
know, I don't be on you bringing your little shit through them. You know, so it started turning into a little competition.
yeah,
Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's just, hey, man. Then we to the point where the guys start getting jealous whenever you bring a girl or whenever they bring their girl around. Or they catch a girl, they girl talking to you, bro. It's you become an automatic target
yeah,
when you practice body game, bro.
yeah.
You
And
become
that's the
an
thing
automatic.
with my old roommate. Like I wasn't out of line at all. You know, like I remember he had a girlfriend. She had a twin sister, and her twin sister said something about me, and that's when I was like, oh, I was like, we might be in the same family. He started tripping out after that, and I'm just like, I'm not even trying to get at your girl. I'm trying to get at her sister. Like, why is she tripping? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was multiple situations with my old roommate. 'Cause the girl, he had put me on with a girl, and then he pretty much sabotaged the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I when he put me on, I was like, "You sure?" Because he was trying to mess with this girl. She wasn't messing with him. She like, "Oh, you should put me on with Cole though." So that's what he did. And then when he put me on, I was like, "Are you sure? Like, you okay with me messing with her? Like, we homies. I ain't trying to make this weird at all. You know what I mean?" And then he like hit her up like, "Oh, Cole don't like you like that. He just trying to smash." And I was like, "How you gonna put me on and be on some stuff like that?"
Yeah, that's crazy right there. That's definitely crazy. Read some of these comments. Okay. It said birds of a feather. Davey said birds of a feather flock together. So I think if she go look good, some of her friends probably do too. Uh, let me see. Let me go back up on some of these comments. This is crazy. Oh shit. But I remember when whenever I used to wear the same compressor that I got on right now, whenever I wore this compressor, it was always a problem. It was always a problem. Every time it was time to go eat and I wore this compressor.
Oh yeah, they used to. Both my roommates used to stay saying stuff about that, like, "Oh, you wearing them baby gap shirts and you wearing them booty shorts." I was like, man, they just find something to say.
That's just the crazy work. I'm just gonna do it from here because this ain't gonna let me scroll all the way up. Um, Davey got a lot to say. Davey, yeah, bro, you gotta be chilling, feel feels out. It be hard when you in the heat of the moment. You definitely do, but that's how you prove it. Okay. I started working out since December, big dog. Since I've seen your vids, I naturally slim. So by the end of the year, when I go on, I'll be lean, athletic. I love your vids. You really be helping me out. Keep it up. For sure, bro. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I can help you out, man. That's the reason I even got on here. I ain't had nobody to show me the way. I ain't had nobody to say shit to me. Like all them curveballs, I had to face them myself. So I was like, damn,
Right?
I got. I used to talk to myself about this shit. That's why I'm so good at doing YouTube. I used to talk to myself. You good at talking to yourself? You might can start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah.
You basically talking to yourself in the camera anyway. But Big Dog, what about both of y'all's wildest things you experienced from a girl and a hating guy? You want to take one?
Wildest. It's a what? The wildest.
Things you've experienced from a girl and a hating guy.
Mm, with the hating guys is probably. I don't know if you've seen the video. This was a while ago, but a guy had snuck me.
Oh yeah, you told.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you.
yeah. So that was probably the
Mm,
craziest story about a hating guy because
yeah.
pretty much he put me on with a girl just to make go through the story quick. He put me on with a girl, and I went out with her. And the first thing she said was like, "Your best friend is weird," and I was like, "We cool. He's not really my best friend though." But it's a dude I've been trying to cut off. Like, I done blocked this
Mm.
dude before. He called me on a different phone, like, cause
Damn.
yeah, yeah, he was on some weird shit. And it's like I would block him because he'd be like, "Hey, Cole, let's hit the gym." We go to the gym, he don't show up. Then I send him a
Mm.
message and he don't respond to it. And then he's like, "My bad, I was high." And I'm just like, "Yeah." And he did that a couple times. So after like the second time he did that, I'm just blocked him. I'm like, "I ain't got time for you," you know.
Yeah.
Or he'd come around and he'd be smoking. And I had a little homie at the time. He's like 15. He trying to get the little homie to smoke. And I'm like, "Bro, go somewhere with that." It's just like certain things you don't do. You don't be trying to go up to a 15-year-old, "Hey, you trying to hit this?" And he like, "No, I'm good." He like, "You sure?" And it's like he trying to egg him on and stuff. I'm just like, bro, like, what are you on? You know what I mean? So I've been trying to cut him off, but I still like hung around with him every now and then. But yeah, put me on with that girl. Then we went out on a date, and the first thing she said, like, "Your best friend is weird." And then
Mm.
I'm like, how is he weird? Like, what are you talking about? And then she go to telling me like, he pretty much catfished my girlfriend. Like, and I was like, dang. She was like, yeah, he used some old photos because he had lost weight. Then he gained it right back. A lot of guys, they lose weight due to yo-yo dieting and then they go too
Mm.
extreme and they can't keep it off. That's pretty much what he did. He lost like 80 pounds and put it right back on. So,
Damn.
yeah. So,
Mm.
she started telling me about him. Like, she trying to cut him off. And he show up to her house crying with flowers and all types of stuff. And I'm just like, when he around me,
That's
he talking about he got his foot on her neck. You know what I'm saying? When he around me, he like, man, I keep my foot on her neck, man. He used to always say that, like, that was his catchphrase. And then she
and then
telling me like, huh?
he trying to give you approval. He wants your approval. That's why he tells you
Yeah,
that. He
yeah.
be like it.
And
Yeah.
then she telling me like, yeah, she met the whole family after 2 weeks. And I'm like, what? She like, yeah, met the grandparents and everything. And now she trying to cut him off and like he won't leave her alone. Like he on some stalking type stuff.
Mm.
And then I was like, yeah, I do think he's, like he done been on some weird shit with me too. That's why I told her, like, yeah, I done blocked him before and he called me on a different phone. So then I leave, I go to my dad's place, get something to eat. Then he calling me like, hey, Cole, we getting this workout. I'm like, yeah, we can get a workout in. And then I go back home and he like, what's good, my and he's like, what's up, man? He like, did you smash her? I was like, nah, I wasn't really feeling her like that. I go inside, change, come back outside. Then he like, why the fuck you talking shit about me to that bitch? And I was just like, I'm like, you mad I called you weird? He like, why'd you have to
Damn.
do that, bro? And I'm like, bro, you being weird right now. Like, what are we talking about? Like, let's just work out. We can talk it out when we work out. Like, it's not that deep. So I start walking, and then he's just boom, hit me upside my head. And then he like rushed me, try to put me on the ground. Then he like slipped over the curb. I tried to hit him. And that's another thing too. Like if I wasn't practicing body game, I'd have been done for it. Cause this man
Mm.
was 6'2", 285, you know.
Damn.
So yeah, he was a big dude because we played on the same football team. He was on my old line. Um, so yeah, he was a big dude, but he couldn't get me on the ground. Then like after he hit me, got back up, and then he's just like chill, chill. I'm like, what you mean chill? And then he like took off his shirt and like threw it to me because my eye was bleeding. And then after that, um, he like apologized and he told me like, yeah. And I told your roommate I was gonna do this, and he was agreeing with me. And I was just like, damn, you
Damn.
told my roommate you was gonna sneak me, and he didn't say anything at all. So then I called up my brother because I'm like, I'm about to go to this man's house, like I'm seeing red, you know. And then my brother, he was just like, man, call the cops, press charges. He like, if you don't want to like have people calling you a snitch, just tell them I did it. And I was just like, all right. So that's what I did. And then when my roommate came home, he was just like, damn. And he was just looking at me. I was just like, man, you ain't shit, bro. You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what they got it? I'm thinking like what the roommate had against you to the so like at the
Dude,
same
it's
time.
crazy. Cause it's like, I know we had our issues. No, this why he didn't like me. And it was over a girl again. It was about his girlfriend, the one that had a twin
Mm.
sister. So she had went to
Oh yeah.
work. She had worked at the
Mm.
mall. And she had a friend she worked with. And I guess they fell out. And when they fell out, her friend told my roommate that she used to be at work talking about me, and I never talked to this girl. But I guess she was at work talking about, oh, I picked the wrong roommate. And I was just like, so after that, he just hated me. And yeah, I pressed charges. Like, motherfuckers would
Mm.
give me shit for that, but like, what I'm supposed to go do? I'm about to go slide on him.
Yeah,
This
because
this sta- this like real shit, like this stalker type guy. He's showing up to
it
people's
ain't
houses. He'd have been in shootouts. That's what he tells me. So I'm like, what I'm gonna do? You know what I mean?
right. Especially if like what if I'm not living by the street code, I'm
Yeah.
still a I'm a
And see,
civilian. I'm not gonna be
yeah,
there.
yeah. I never been in the streets or any of that. And that's what I'm saying. Like a
Right.
lot of guys online will come and talk all this tough stuff. But I talked about it a couple of videos ago. I'm about to move to Atlanta. And one of the guys we about to move out with, he probably gonna be locked up for like 20, 30 years because
Mhm.
he was in the streets. You know, he got armed robbery charges. So like that shit sound good. The songs, the music sounds good, but when push comes to shove, like, bro, you don't want to get in a situation and do 10, 15 years, and then you ain't around any women. You around a whole bunch of dudes for the rest of your life. Y'all can have that
And
shit. That shit goofy to me.
like degree, I already know what it is. Like I'm put it like this: if you don't live in the streets and you don't do anything, you'll be out there. You don't have to abide by the street code, bro. I didn't hung out with guys that's be out there. I used to hang out with them guys, and they'll be like, okay, you do this. It's only so far I go with them, but I
Yeah,
hang and be like, be cool. But I don't have to abide by the stuff that they abide by. They be like, they don't want you around. A lot of these guys that be talking on that smack, they don't even be on that for real. I know
yeah,
guys that's on that point. I was gonna be on that, but I was like, you know what? I'm not. I pivoted because I was hanging so much. I wanted to be like that, but I almost lost my way. But I pivoted. So I'm put like this: if you ain't living in the street way of life, you don't have to abide by the street code. You don't have to worry about snitching and all that. That you don't owe them no loyalty.
yeah.
You a civilian out in the streets. And
And I
if you
mean, I get it. I get why like a lot of guys like, oh, you went out bad and stuff like that. But I'm just being me, bro. Like I ain't never been in the streets. I'm not trying to be in the streets. I ain't trying to be no tough guy.
they
I wanted to
they gonna
fight
see
him.
you,
You know, I wanted to fight him. He turned down the fade. At that point, it's just like you hit me. Now you don't want to fight me. What else I'm gonna do?
right. Force that.
You
What
know?
go take it even right.
And man, when I went to the hospital and stuff, I was doing everything. They're like, yeah, you're probably good. I said, let me get an MRI. Go get an MRI because I'm running up the tab. I'm gonna make him pay for all that, and that's why I did it at court. I made him pay for all my hospital bills and everything. I was doing stuff I didn't even need to do just to make him pay for it
And all because he hating on you over a chick.
because I
And
called
think
him
about it.
weird.
If you would have run up on a yo dang to a chick, and if you was to run up on him is to pursue that, and if he would have took legal action against you, it would have been more in
Right,
his face.
exactly. Exactly. And
Because then
I'm not saying you supposed to just let people walk on you, but sometimes you just need to stay away from crazy people, man. And I could tell he was a crazy dude. That's what it comes down to.
when they
But
doing it and they going too hard about like you always got to pay attention. Like the guys you practice the body game, and you attracting chicks, bro. You got to be careful around the guys that don't get chicks like that. The
yeah,
ones that's all about getting girls and stuff. And like every time you talk to them, they be like, bro, what the girls at? What the chicks at, bro? Hey, what you be doing? But you got to watch them guys, man.
they be the main ones. Yeah.
And they all I'm talking about every conversation be about the girls, and every time you go out, it be like, okay, what are all the girls at? Everything is about girls, bro. Bro, them the type that'll turn on you about a chick. Guaranteed.
Yeah,
Happen
yeah.
every
I always said it's the dudes that are way too much into it and the guys
mm-hmm.
that aren't about it at all. Those
Mm-hmm.
those usually the people that you're gonna run into issues with. If he on a drop, he ain't getting no coochie at all, it's gonna be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
If he's always like, where they at, where they at, he gonna be an issue too. Like you want someone in between.
Yep. Got somebody that's like getting it, but is not really too pressed about it. Or he be like, oh, he ain't get no numbers, or he probably just dead for the festivities like he's supposed to be, and ain't really pressing the issue. And be like, okay, yo, oh, she over there, okay, I might talk to her, I might not, and don't really press it. But then that's a better situation. And don't hate when a girl come talk to you and don't talk to them. Got to watch that too, because if that shows their character that they ain't gonna hate on you just because a chick talking to you in front. You gotta have that kind of stuff happening. And a lot of guys don't really vet their circle like that.
Hmm.
They ain't situations and they see the red flag. They be like, "Oh, you talking to her, but she ain't got no friend, bro. You trying to take all the girls away, bro? When you gonna get? When they talking like that, you
Yeah,
can't have them
yeah,
around.
they love saying that.
Yeah, and then they try to give you fake ass props, like, "Oh, bro, you doing it, bro? You good? Like, show me the way and all that shit." Nah, you don't need them. You don't need them around because they just trying to come around for your shine. Because at the time, guys just starting to peep my game. I used to come in there and take my shirt off and have my tank on. I used to be around and they used to see what was going on. And all of a sudden, they used to try to come and hang around. They was really just messing it up for me. So
Yep.
like, oh, they ain't trying to figure. They trying to come around and talk, but the chicks ignoring them but talking to me. That's just how that's how it was
Yep.
going down. You
Yep.
can't on the chicks, and just because you're around me, that don't mean they just gonna talk to you. Like I used to hate that, and it was like some homies that I had to fell out of because in the same club we used to hang out, and they used to talk. The chicks used to come and talk to me, but they just trying to integrate themselves because they saw me around. Oh, like, oh, my homeboy over there, so let me go over there and see if I can get down too. It ain't happened for them, and all of a sudden they looking at me sideways like I did something, and it happened like that all like.
Yeah.
Then if getting it like you, then that's how they be. Womb Wrecker. That's a funny name right there, man. Yo, I'm sub to both of y'all for sure. Appreciate that, G. Waves versus long hair. That's what it's looking like. My shit ain't all that long though. It ain't really past my neck yet. Uh, yo, when I was around people I know tank top on, they look at me on some hating shit. That's how I be. I get that all the time. I got to the point I didn't got used to that shit. I don't even care no more.
Yeah. People be
It
like,
used
"Why
to,
you naked?" They be saying all types of stuff. Why you naked? And it's just like,
yeah,
all right, bro.
put your shirt on. And like some girls that be like, you need to put your, but they used to play, but the guys used to be on the hate and shit. Like they'll jokingly say you need to put your shirt on and all that, bro. You making us look bad. You gotta watch. I'm talking about it's just some little gestures, right? Them little comments they be making. That should be meaning a
Yeah.
whole lot.
'Cause I remember I used
Story
to when I used to post a lot of videos, um, like on TikTok and stuff like that, just working out videos. I'd take off my shirt. I used to be in the gym like 2 a.m. in the morning. The dude come up to me talking about something. The dude that work at the gym, he's like, "Yeah, someone complained about your shirt being off." I'm looking around, it's like nobody in here. I'm like, "You just making shit up now, bro."
in, complain, complain.
Yeah, he talking about someone complained. I'm like, there's literally two people in the whole gym.
Oh, don't even get me started on the gym stuff, bro. Like
Oh
the
man, they be
gym.
hating.
Oh my god, bro. It's just like we all in there to get a workout, and bro, like I'm constantly get that's the point. I just be avoiding eye contact because it just get to the point when I'm wearing my stringers. I'm finna sit there and do that. One is too much ass in here. It's too many females up in here for you to be staring at me. What the hell you looking at me for? Out of
Right.
all this ass gyrating and pushing and doing workouts that don't even work, just to play
Right.
girls. There's a group of girls in there come in there and do exercises every time. Every time, don't work,
Yep.
any work up about it.
Yeah,
You
never touch upper body at all. They talking about they don't want to look like a man.
straight squats.
They love saying, "I ain't trying to look like no man." Like you're not gonna look like a man.
Definitely never ain't gonna look like unless they on some juice. And it didn't even take
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Even with the juice, that's gonna take time.
Right. And store you in. Yo, Noto, do you do consultations? Yes, I do. You're gonna have to hit me up on the ground. Bone Snake, how bad is it if you don't have your own crib in terms of racking up? I'm put like this: chicks shouldn't be your main focus if you don't have your crib. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't need your own crib to get chicks. You don't. Now, in and of itself, you don't need it.
Right. These dudes that ain't
A
got no
little,
car, no crib, that's still getting cheese.
definitely. But I wouldn't say prioritize that. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna put like this: that's like while you building, you can still get your swerve on, whatever you want to say. Uh, David MF, dang, so girls responded somewhat different to certain guys. Oh yeah. Guys are always gonna get different response. Even if they got the same body type, same type of it's just a different vibe. Cause I remember this is when I thought that when I was making my first made my transformation and I finally seen that girls was looking at me as attractive and stuff, I was thinking like, dang, these other guys, I was still thinking of the mind frame of dang, these other guys around, they probably gonna take my shine. I still had that little mentality a little bit inside me. See, I was trying to get rid of that. My
Hmm.
mind where I was physically. So I was thinking like, dang, it's gonna take it away from me. But I noticed that I was still getting mine even with these guys around. So it could be a group of guys, group of guys that women find attractive, and they still will pick you. It doesn't matter. It's about you, they flavor. They might like two or three guys. It's like you see
Yeah.
a group of five, you might like two girls out of that group of three. You might like all of them.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'll probably get a turn from time to time. So it just is what it is. It's just the point is just don't point in hating on another guy, even if he got like a good build. So I had to purge that from my thoughts, like stop hating like on the side, like okay, feeling bad because it got to the point where I felt so bad about myself that I felt bad. I started to project that onto my environment. So that's how I know how the hater feels when they looking and they see somebody that's where they want to be and it bothers and it irks them. I know how I feel to be on that end because when I was real heavy and I was coming right down, so I lost 120 pounds. So on the way coming down at the beginning of the journey, I had a real big problem with that. I had a
Yeah.
big problem with purge
And
that
I mean, it
everybody.
only makes sense. It's like
Mhm,
if you seeing what you want to have and you've been making excuses for yourself, like you gonna feel some type of way about it.
mhm,
And that was another thing. The dude that snuck me, I think that was part of the reason why he did it. Because once I started stopped working out with him, like he was probably jealous of me.
mm,
If you that big and you struggling to lose weight, you looking at someone in shape, you probably gonna feel some type of way. You know?
mhm. And they take for like they see a girl that they really would want to go after in the gym that ain't really checking them out,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden they feel like, oh, you taking all the girls. They just take one
Mhm.
instance,
Yeah.
one
And I
instance.
feel like everybody done been there before, where they
Mhm,
wanted the girl, you see someone else with her, and now you like that should be me, but it's just like you can't even think like
mhm.
that. You just gotta know there's more out there.
And that's why, like sometimes, even though when I see the guys looking at me like that, and I know what it's for, sometimes I just like, damn, I really can't blame them. But at one point in time, they're going to come to the realization that looking at me with the eyes of hate ain't gonna help you lose no pounds of fat, ain't gonna gain
Hmm.
you no pounds. Everything you're gonna have to do is for yourself. You're gonna have to do the work for yourself. Hating on somebody else ain't gonna get you no further than where you are right now. If it not, it probably. So I had to come to that realization. And when I got to the point where, like, I'm just going to focus on me. I don't care who else in the gym. I'm not going to worry about the other fit guys or trying to talk to the women that looking at those guys and all that stuff. So I used to look around and see that. So I kind of know the mind frame of how they're thinking because I used to think the same way. I was to the point where I didn't even want to go to the gym because I felt like I was getting outdone all the time.
Yeah.
Because even though you feel like, okay, I want to be in here for me, but you seeing all this around, like, oh, these guys got some crazy physiques around here. And then you see the chicks over here checking them out. No, nothing really looking your way. You got some looking your way, but it ain't the ones you want. And it can creep in. It
Hmm.
can definitely.
Yeah, you definitely gotta keep it in check.
So how bad is it? Okay, yeah, he said, dang. So let me see. The dating game is full of nutcases, men and women. Unfortunately, definitely won't work. Big dog, damn that guy just hella jealous of you. You live rent free in his head. Trust me, you'll be surprised how many guys that you live rent free in for sure. You never even know. They see you one time and all of a sudden you always on their mind. Just like this one chick I knew in high school, a guy in high school, I didn't really know him, like know like a hand by
Hmm.
know him, right? So it was this chick I was in the inbox with, she was talking to me and she was like, my baby daddy said she he knew you and stuff like that. And he was getting on her about me. But I was like, aren't you talking to like multiple guys? She was like, no, he was really just he don't care about other guys. He's really concerned about you.
Man,
The hell
what?
you bro, I promise you, bro, I got the messages and all to prove this shit. But bro, like it was just why he was more adamant about concern because I put a lot of thirst traps on Facebook and stuff.
Right.
So and then he tried to make it seem like we was friends in high school. That's what he did. He tried to make it seem like, oh man, no, he was my homie and all that. No, we wasn't no homies. We didn't even have one conversation. It
Right.
was only like one of the guys you see in high school and you just see him, like, oh, what's up? And you just walk off. It was one of those situations. But in order for her not to talk to me, because he must have looked at her inbox and seen that we was communicating, he was trying to make it seem like she was breaking the code by trying to talk to somebody that he was cool with. So he was trying to make it seem like I was one of his homies and that it would be breaking the
Yeah.
code or something.
Yeah.
So, so she wouldn't talk to me. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy what a do would do, man.
Said, yeah, can't hang with the thirsty guys for sure. That's what you call secret jealousy and secret competition. No, definitely. 2240 chisel, especially when they with their girl all the time. That's why at the gym, I see a guy with a girl, I always be like, it's always a if he right away. Because when you deal with it so much, you can just tell
Yeah,
right away.
yeah. The body language says it all.
You start that guard and shit. I'm like, I'm just gonna go. I ain't got time for that, but I don't even look at him.
Yeah.
I don't even try to go over there and put on some weight that can't even lift and all that shit.
Yep.
Boom record. Dude at my gym been hating on me since I started working out in 2018. It's been 6 years. Dang,
Nah,
he
that's
was
crazy right
consistent.
there. 6 years.
He didn't put that into himself, bro. He probably been a millionaire by now. That's why I don't hang with guys no more. Sometimes like that's how it really is for me. I be rocking a lot alone. I got like one or two that I'm like real cool with.
Yeah.
Cause some way it's even guys that work out too, but they be in competition. So it's like, dang, I tried to hang out with other guys that get girls type deal, but I noticed it's something with them too, cause it be they can have their own, but they greedy. And if it's a particular
Yeah.
chick that they to you and they could be satiated, but they see it's like you food full. You done had a whole bunch of food, and your brother walk in and he got like a Pop Tart or something. You want his Pop Tart, but you just full. You just ate your own box of Pop Tart. You got two boxes in there still,
Hmm.
but you want his other attractive
Yeah.
guys, and you out there with
Yeah, like I said, like a lot of dudes, they on the extremes. They either on everything or they getting nothing.
right. And then it be those guys that probably got like a say for instance in a work environment. They used to everything coming their way. They used to be in the Casanova of the environment. You could tell them guys, the ones that always be going making the rounds and try to be the flirt guy of the whole plant. And if anybody threatened that, they either try to get close to you or they try to sabotage you. Bro, it's like that shit was
Hmm.
you can I already know what it's for because me, I always wore stuff that was grabbing my physique. So when I used to go in there, bro, I used to always get the effects from the women. Like I told a story about how this chick bought me lunch from her house because guys used to consistently bring her like go to fast food restaurants. They could take her to fast food restaurants. It'd be like two or three guys on rotation. Used to take this chick to every lunch break to take her to like a fast food restaurant, bring her like a bag of food. One time she brought me back the chicken nuggets that the guy then bought her. I was like, oh. And then like what really did it for me
Mm.
was when she went home, did a home cooked meal, brought it to me, and like when the lunch came around, everybody was around the clock. They was about to clock out because we all come at the same time. So she said, "I'm giving it to you because you're handsome." So I was like, "Oh my god, she didn't started some shit." All the guys I used to be taking the lunch and stuff, looking at me. It was a tall, fine Amazonian type chick. She was like thick as hell. Everybody was talking about stopping by a station to talk to her every time they walked by. And that's why they was taking the lunch because everybody was trying to put their bid in. But she brought me
Hmm.
lunch, cooked the lunch, and did that several times. So I was like, mind you, this
Yeah.
chick I ain't even talked to when she first came because she was like the new girl on the block. So everybody was trying to hurry up and put down. I had
Yeah.
known her for like the weeks. I ain't even say that to her. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden I said,
Sometimes that's better though. When she don't
mm-hmm,
think you like super into her, like all the other guys throwing themselves at her. So you was more chill about it.
mm-hmm.
She see you, your physique, and then a lot of
Just
time you
it
just
just
got. That's what I realized. A lot of time you just got to do the opposite of what everybody else doing.
right.
You know.
But the think about it too. But when you the type that attract other chicks and you got the physique and you got the mannerism down or whatever, sometimes you can do the same shit they doing, you still gonna get a
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
effect. You know,
Yeah.
the guy that's
Thanks.
facial value, they'll value attention way better than way more than they'll
Hmm.
value those other ones because she see them as scrubs.
Yeah.
She really wants
And
to begin.
and that's what they don't realize. They don't realize they could do anything, and she wouldn't mess with them. So they just keep wasting their time thinking they can do this, thinking that she just don't like you. You know.
Right.
And that's one issue with a lot of guys. A lot of guys would think women are into them when they're not. You know.
A lot of guys think it's just the money. They got the dollar, and it's
Yeah.
gonna make them get wet. That's gonna make them go. I ain't gonna never forget when the same guy from his job. I will never forget when he said it was like he said it like it was a flex too. He said, "You know how to get the girl, bro." He said, "Take their kids to Chuck E. Cheese." I was like, "Niggas, you serious?" Like
Yeah.
he really told me. He came up to me and told me that like it's a flex.
He think he putting you on game. Talking about you gotta take her kids out.
It's the cheese. He meant it. But when I look at him, he's a short guy. Well, there's nothing wrong with height, but I'm just describing him.
Yeah.
He waddles around like the penguin from Batman, and he just like he's overweight and he just like a kind of a scowl type of guy. But he feels like he got it because his dollar walking for him. You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's crazy, bro. That was the way it was the confidence he had to come and tell me that like it was just like the ultimate game, bro. The better man. What's good, Noto? I'm 5'8" and I do the body game with a 30-year-old. Oh yes, sir. Them Cougars straight stay on that for sure. Cougars, the old bro. I got yeah, so many of them. Cause I used to go to this hole in the wall that is pretty much a Cougar Central. Some Cougars taught me some of my best tricks. Yeah.
That was it.
Ain't finna lie to you. They taught me a thing or two. Wound Wrecker, that same dude at my gym started working out the same time as me, and he still built like a beginner 6 years later. That's why
Yeah,
you know a
that's
lot of
why.
guys
He too busy hating. That's why.
too busy looking around at the women, ain't even doing no progressive overload.
And that's another thing I say. Like a lot of dudes be in the gym, but they don't be working for real.
Yep. Yeah, they be working their eyes looking around. And that's it. Is that Malachi Davis, Golden State Warriors, base CBO and Noto on the same live? Salute to y'all. Salute to you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Base CBO, love your content, man. Uh,
Appreciate it, man.
he said, "How does he still look the same after 6 years?" That's crazy. That's a big statement, bro. That's 6 years. Man, he supposed to be getting maturity at around that point in time. I had to cut off this guy in my gym because he told this girl that we know that I smashed the whole time. I never said that. Now he mad at me. Dudes be weird. Mm, that is crazy. And it's like, cause I know guys that I didn't notice like guys will definitely make up a freaking lie. Cause like in the same club where I would go and take my shirt off, like I had the routine. I go in there, have my shirt off, go to the DJ booth, go in there with my shirt on, take my shirt off, go to DJ booth. Hey, you hold my shirt, and I'm gonna come back and get it later when time go. Type shit. Did that, made my rounds, and I do that all the time, right? So this guy, this I used to have like this wing girl I used to talk to, but she used to always bring bad chicks around. But you know, she was bad chick, but she always had bad chick friends, and she would always break the ice. And it got to the point where I didn't even have to talk to women no more. She would just bring it about like chicks. So that's why I was starting getting the like the real thick Instagram looking
Well,
chicks. But they went there because it was like so they'll stand out a lot more. They don't have to be around more of their own kind there. They can stand out a lot more in that club. So they can be in there and probably get some sugar daddies out of this club. And
mm,
then they go to the club where they want. So they pregame at the sugar daddy club, pretty much where we used to hang out. And it was like then they go to the other clubs where it's more of their own kind and they can like chill and like lay back once the damage is done, so pretty much. So that was their routine. So she'll come over, she'll introduce me, we'll be talking. So one of these chicks that I smashed, and the one he's always be feeling on me, and he tried to flex on me. He was taking out his money, said, "Oh, I don't need no muscle money." Like he was like really like going
mm-hmm.
hard on me, right? Because I had my top, I had this took it off. I'm over there. He trying to flex on me. So after we walked off, I came back and the chick started getting kind of mad, saying, "Oh, why you told somebody that we dealing with each other or something like that." So it turns out this guy that spread in the rumor going around. He said she definitely called him out by name, said that he said something about us being together and us being involved. So he tried to sabotage the whole situation. So he went around and lied. So I was like, bro, I don't run my mouth. I don't tell them to do anything that I do. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? He saw the fact. He saw that she liked me. He saw that she was feeling on me. He saw that she wanted me. So he went over there to try to start some shit. Like the next week, it was some BS. I noticed that I saw him in the club. He wanted to come around because he used to come around and dap me up. This time he wasn't dapping me up. He was hanging back. So I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? It's something. And then she like before I can go over there, she kind of rushed me, and it was like a rumor going on, and she just went on and out of nowhere said his name. So I was like, man, it's some bullshit, bro. So guys will definitely lie on your ass to try to get to the box that ain't gonna never hit.
Mm-hmm. And they do all
Yep.
that, and it's not helping them at all. They just
Help
wasting
them, and in
everybody's
fact,
time.
it helped me because
Right.
after I clicked, guess who got laid?
Right. When they see other dudes hating on you, they be more into you too. Cause they be like,
Facts.
damn, he really is that guy, you know?
And then the best friend, she was already like vouching for me anyway. She was like, he ain't even like that. He don't be talking like that. So she's bad. So she likes to hang around other baddies and stuff like that. So they got
Mhm.
like this little group going on. She call it the bad bitch group, whatever the fuck she used to be called. But it was like that. So they noticed that she the one guys was hating, but I was the one that wanted to be oblivious. I was like, no, these my homies, we hang out. I was the one. I was like, they ain't trying to do that. I was trying to make every excuse for him, but it was in plain sight, and she saw it. She been peeped it before I peeped it,
Hmm.
so she was trying to tell everybody. I was like, these guys hating, and every time you come around, you could tell how they look around, and they ain't got nothing. You see what's going on. She trying to show me this shit. I'm like, bro, I'm like, because in your mind, you're like, these my homies, bro. They ain't finna turn on me, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
hang out. You
yeah.
don't want it to be
I
like,
would say women definitely know how to read a room better than men. They pick up on this
mm,
shit quick. You know.
real, real quick. And the last thing you gonna be like, because you go to them, then you're gonna be like, oh, they trying to split us up and stuff. Oh no, it ain't like that, bro. It bro before hoes. So
Right,
it's,
right.
but big dog, you say guys' looks, body will always be superior to game, personality, and money. Uh, yes, it definitely will, because all that other stuff don't matter if you don't look in the package that she wants to see, and if she does deal with you and you ain't in that package that she likes, then she's gonna use you.
I'd say
A lot of
the only difference is she like a lot of time if women get older, she in that old age, she'll
Mhm.
start to like not care about looks and body game as much. It's not cause she doesn't want it, but she gotta get in reality and kind of try to settle down. So she might look for more of the just personality and money. But like for the
They
women, you probably want, yeah, you need to have a good physique.
Mhm. That's why a lot of the Cougars like they didn't care when I was like at my heavier state, but I was still like bigger. That's why you get more for the Cougars when you're at the bigger state. But they still want a guy that look capable.
Yeah.
Now who they'll settle down with and marry and be their husband is usually just for provision at that point. They didn't
Hmm.
already got
And then mess around and
them.
cheat on them.
They want to get the guys they really want. They'll get them from time to time. That's what I see. They'll get them from time to time because I used to be one of them, and they just really just can't keep them. I don't really want to stay there. You'll probably have a good time with them for probably a good couple weeks, maybe a month or two, however long it lasts. But it's always a time clock on that. So before the ultimatums come, and they try to distribute that power, they be like, no, you're not in a position of power because no, you're not in your young youth prime anymore. I still want to get mine on. I'm not going to be locked down with you, and plus you married. We talking to other girls and you married. It get like that. So when that crazy shit start happening, I start to exit.
Yep.
But yeah, but definitely we definitely been on here like long enough, bro. So you got any closing remarks you might want to say? You got like,
Um, yeah, all I gotta say is the body game is real, man. I don't know how people can doubt it.
mm,
Like I said, you done lived it, I live it. You know, that's all I gotta say, really. And
so it's
like,
definitely
get
a young
outside.
man.
That's my message. Get outside. Because there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys online, and that's not to say like I'm never gonna try to sell anything and stuff like that. Like we all on here for a purpose. We all want to make a
Yeah,
dollar at the end of the day. Rightfully so. We spend a lot of time doing this, but I think a lot of guys just go overboard with it when they like making communities, charging $100 to get in,
yeah,
charging $1,000 for coaching and stuff like that. Like you don't need all that stuff. You don't need all
right.
that stuff. You just need to get outside, soak up some game online, and then apply it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of guys they just keep listening, 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 and they don't apply it. And that
Mm,
was me for a long time. That's why I'm speaking from experience. I was watching a whole bunch of red pill, manosphere content, but I wasn't applying it. So I was this attractive guy with a good physique. But then when a girl pushed up on me, I was folding, and then I was like, I got to get right. So yeah, man, y'all just need to get outside for real, man. And
that's
and I
definitely.
appreciate you bringing me on, man.
Oh, for sure, man. It's long overdue. I'm like, man, I watch the content all the time, bro. Like, it's just damn. It's just definitely like I'm almost like a good supporter too. I'm always watching, so I'm like, damn, Cole, you definitely got a good channel. Got a TV talking about some real stuff for sure. I definitely relate to the content a lot.
I
Really
appreciate that,
appreciate
man.
Brian, bro. You definitely gonna go up, and yeah, I see it. I already see it happening anyway. So it's
I
you
appreciate that,
definitely
man. I like your content too, man. Because like I said, a lot of guys online they be doing too much, and you don't be doing
yeah.
too much.
I already said it's like this. The real gonna prevail because people getting tired of hearing this fabricated bullshit,
Yeah,
it's only a matter of
exactly.
time. The way we coming is only a matter of time. So. That's what it is. And for the guys that think this shit easy, get on here and start
Right.
then.
Exactly. And that's one thing I gotta say too. Like, cause I was telling dudes like, you need to come on live. If y'all talking all this stuff in the comment section, come on live. Cause a lot of people
Easy.
they'll discredit me. They're like, oh, you in your 20s, like you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, okay, if I don't know what I'm talking about, come on live and let's listen to what you got to talk about. Let's see what you
No
look like. Let's see
pictures,
your physique. You know what I'm
no
saying?
social proof, no
Yeah, yeah.
no city. They hide behind some avatar or some funny picture with
Hmm.
nothing,
And
and they
see,
can't
that's
prove
exactly like Cole Brown is my real name. You can look at my
right.
Instagram. I am who I say I am. You know what I mean? I'm not
Right.
trying to fake anything.
Hmm. So that's what it is, man. Definitely, bro. It's long overdue, bro. I'm glad I had you on for sure. This was definitely a good live stream right here, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
We gonna have to do it again, man.
Oh, we definitely gonna. Oh, we definitely gonna. We probably gonna do it with people on the panel. I want to bring like some other people as well too
Should
on the
I be down, man?
show. So like, gotta get like a whole wide thing. I really want to do what I wanted to do. Something was special. Was like get us that talk about the body game content, and then like have Ron Wills on it as well. Like I think that'd be a good like tribute to him type deal as
Yeah.
well because we all G on there with us, man,
Facts,
and
facts, facts.
together for sure. But anyway, appreciate all y'all for joining the chat, man. Everybody that came on that's watching, bro. Appreciate all y'all for watching both of us, bro. Like, go and check out my boy Cole, Base CBO on YouTube, bro. I'm gonna tag him into this video. Y'all definitely go check him out. He be talking about some real stuff over there, stuff that'll really help you out. No fabricated BS that a lot of guys be talking about. Real and raw, for sure. That's what we both about.
Yes,
So
sir.
I definitely move. So y'all definitely check that out. I appreciate y'all for coming on the live. We out.